Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing good. A very good morning on a Sunday. And I hope this session will definitely help you in some aspects. Welcome to the second episode of Failure Stories with Ali Mustufa. And in this session, we are going to discuss about failures from different programs, student programs majorly. And each one of us face failures, and we kind of don't tend to we tend to ignore it. In this episode, I'm going to maybe reveal or something about some of the programs which I was rejected from, but still I continued my journey, and today I am kind of going maybe on the right path. But yeah, so let's get started. Let me share my screen. Okay, okay, this looks good. I hope you're able to see my screen. So about me, I hope you know me. If you don't, I build human networks. And there's a short introduction here, but I would like to skip it. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so let's jump back to the major topic about today, that is getting rejected from different programs, and how it is important to reflect back and see, what's happening around. There are multiple programs like there's a DSC, there's an Intel Student Ambassador, there's a Microsoft Learn, there's GitHub Campus Expert, then there's bunch of them, like a lot of them. Okay, and you might be applying for each one of them, and you might not get selected or you might get rejected. And in case sometimes you don't even get an email back saying that you are rejected, and that's really sad because you don't know, you keep waiting for the result, and you get rejected. So what is with things, right? Do this program really help you out in your career, or what is my take on this? And how to figure out or kind of hunt for programs which don't need selection at all, where you are just required and your efforts are required, you don't need to be selected. The major problem with this problems is that the major problem with this programs is that they have a selection criteria, and that selection criteria is pretty weird because it's not much kind of in the market. So sometimes even if you have a good profile, you're not getting selected, and someone with a bad profile instead of you might get selected. Okay, and it's not like it's a complete you can say they do have a system, but I feel most of the times it's unfair to a lot of students who kind of apply and they deserve that position but they don't get it. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so you might be wondering why I did this session in failure series. Was because I have failed at many of these programs. Okay, and I have failed at Intel Student Ambassador program. I didn't got selected. I failed at this twice. Okay, Campus Expert. I still failed at it. I didn't got selected for it. DSC, yes, I have my students who are DSC leads in different colleges across India, and I can definitely tell you a number, like I have 20 plus students who are leads of 20 plus different colleges across India, but I didn't become a DSC. Okay, I failed at it, and I really thought interview went well, everything went well, but the final result was I was not selected. So yeah, I failed at all these three programs, even for MS Microsoft Student Learn Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador program, MLS. It was like I applied for like 2 years back, and then I didn't got a response back. And last year September I got a response back, and I don't know how, but that's how it happened. And again, I failed at once. I failed at it once, but in the on the second attempt, I was selected. Now, specifically for Intel Software Innovator program, I failed two times back to back. So it was again, I don't know why, but uh, like I did the application, I did the interview, I did everything, and then the final result was like, you're not selected. And then I reapplied 3 months back again, and then the same process happened. This time the interview went really well, everything went well. Okay, I was 100% sure that I'm in, and again the result came negative. And at this point I had just given up on it. I was like, okay, this is not for me. Maybe this is for someone who is really good at machine learning, deep learning, and other things. So they had focus area specifically. It was open and then one API and etc. IoT. So I was more focused on deep learning and AI and IoT part, but I failed at it. And the second attempt was like, so after I failed second attempt, I lost all the hope. I was like, I'm not gonna make it. Let's skip this. Okay. And this would again be in the segment about this ones. Like I failed at these, but what happened afterwards was really good. That the program manager reached out to me and he was like, "Hey Ali, your application seems good. You should definitely give it one more try." And that gave me a sort of motivation, and I again prepared for it and appeared for it, and this time I luckily cleared. And I guess it has been a year or more being a software innovator, and yeah, we have good benefits. Now, my opinion about these programs is that many people tell you the positive sides of this program. That is, to be very blunt, I'm also part of few of these programs, but to be very blunt, I'll tell you the negative side. Okay, the positive side of these programs is that you get a company name tag on you, so you become more acceptable in the society, you can say. Okay, people will be like, oh man, this guy is a DSC, this guy is a Microsoft student ambassador, this guy is this, and that's side of an acceptance in the society. If you talk about and there are some benefits as well. So let's say we get as a MSLA, like we get the LinkedIn Learn program, and then as a DSC, people get to go to Goa sometimes and whatnot. So there are some positive sides. Now, let's take our focus into the negative side. The first point which I have always seen is I have seen a lot of these leads with a lot of ego and attitude. I'm not generalizing it, but many of them. And I have interacted with them, on many occasions, and I feel that they have that kind of, attitude that, hey man, now I'm not a normal student. Now I'm a DSC, or now I'm a student ambassador of Microsoft. So you don't generalize me. But yes, it has a negative effect on the overall, the way you behave and the way you approach different programs. And this can be true with a lot of programs, but I have seen this majorly in most of the student programs. If I talk about professional programs like GDG, or you maybe Intel Software Innovator program, which are not much student centric, there this is very less. You won't find a lot of people with a lot of ego attitudes. But because they have been through the student phase, so they now are in the phase of development, and they don't really even care. I have not seen people specifically mention every time that they belong to this group or this program, and they are more focused upon their professional development. And that's why it is not much on the professional side, but on the student side it's very much there. And second point, which I openly say that even I am the part of it, so it's no way of hiding it, that you are technically a free marketer for the company. So it's very obvious that if you're joining the DSC program, you want to go there and say that, hey, Microsoft Azure is good. Okay, so people will definitely take you in remand that this is not acceptable. Even when you go for different programs, and not even a company, like if you are going for a company specific program, they won't want you to talk about other company products. Even when they talk about open source, their definition of open source is that the products which we us as a company has developed and open sourced it. So you can talk about these technologies because they are kind of open source because of our company. And that is very much not so good aspect, because you're restricting yourself focus to one technology, one company. And in professional development, you don't work with one company. To be very frank, you don't work with one company, you work with a bunch of companies. And one problem which I have seen with a lot of, I have been to Microsoft Student Ambassadors as well. I have many friends who are DSCs, and what they do is it negatively impacts their thinking behavior. So what they will do is they will bitch about this product a lot, They will be like, this is not good just because it is developed by a company which they are not part of. Okay, and that mentality would give you heated conversations because you're not ready to accept a product which is not developed by your company. Okay, which is not developed by part of you which is there, and you're not ready to accept that some other product is better than that which your company provides. Okay, even though you're not an employee, but I have seen this, a lot of student ambassadors do that. They are publicly defending, they are fighting in groups that this product of this company is good, this product of that company is good, something which is good. Okay, but you don't kind of pull down others because you belong to a student ambassador program. And you get in habit of it because it is a peer pressure, so everyone is doing it. So if you are falling away from it, then you are the outsider kind of a stuff. Okay, so technically it becomes that everyone follows it. Politics, more appropriately favoritism, happens in every single program. Even though you are a part of a big community, okay, it will happen that there are some favorites of the program managers, and there are some people who are all time favorite again. And they would definitely, even if they don't have an event or anything, they would make their space in such a way that they become the favorite guy there. And it is not their fault specifically because they try to do what everyone tried to do. It is fault of the structure of the program, because if you're a normal contributing member, how easy it is to get to the program manager and talk to him with your issues and with your concerns. Okay, so it happens a lot. It's many times demotivating, and it doesn't give you that kind of an attitude which you are expecting from a program. No. The last point and very blunt point about this is that your efforts are counted in numbers. Okay. Again, not generalizing it, but try doing an event with 10 people and try doing an event with 100 people. Once you do, you will realize their response. They'll be like, we need people, we need, why did you get more people? They won't be very blunt about it, but they will definitely taunt you on the numbers. And this has happened a lot of times with me as well, and in the programs which you will see. It doesn't happen in professional programs per se. So in professional programs, you don't have per a target or something because you are already professionally working at a company and something. So you don't have that kind of dedicated time. But in student program, they take it for granted. So they actually give you targets that this is what you need to do. And if others are achieving and you're not, you're trying your best, but even you're not able to, then it is like they won't concentrate on you because you are not the marketing guy. That means you're not the guy who can be showcased in their marketing campaigns, and because they want to attract more people, obviously. So yeah, okay. Um, Other thing which I definitely which I want to tell you is about why do you choose to be a part of a program? Okay, majority of the students choose to be a part of the program to be superior or to be a winner in a way, okay, than others. And obviously they say that, right, that you will differentiate yourself from the generic crowd. Okay, and it is you can say that it is not it is like a human behavior that you are like, okay, I want to be superior, I want to be a winner, I want to be part of every program that exists in the world. And I also felt so when I was like, if you go 2 years back in my journey, I did feel so that I want to be part of every program. At that time, I was leading the Crouchers community, and I did feel that I was missing out on a lot of stuff. Okay, but to me, it was like, okay, one program work for me, so I will not switch to others. And once that journey ended, then I switched back to other programs. But major concern with student community is that they feel that they are superior than others who didn't got selected in this program. Yeah, you have validated your skills to a bit, but it doesn't mean others, the ones who are rejected, are not worth it. Okay, they are definitely worth it. There might be some problems at the time of interview. The interviewer might not be in the mood of maybe he has some problems. Maybe the guy who was giving the interview might have some problem with the internet, and so on. There are so many different reasons why you might be getting rejected, and these are just few of them. So if you are not, if you are falling in this category, uh, make sure that you don't fall in that trap that you are not superior than others. You are, you will always be. Okay. And I will give you some steps which will definitely make you, like, without even all that benefits, will make you a superhero. So don't need to worry. Also remember, what people will think of you at most times really matters to a lot of people. And this actually shares my concern about, majorly whenever you are applying for a specific program or you are not part of it, you are typically alone. Okay. But whenever you get selected into this program and you see the number of engagement people get on this post of getting selected, it's basically like, you will, like for me, when I was not part of Google Crowdsource like 2 years back, and I used to post anything, it was hardly like 5 to 6 likes, 7 8 likes. But once I started posting, that I'm part of Google Crowdsource and I was doing wonderful things. I was going seminars. I was now part of Intel Software Innovative Program. That really blew up. It received so many congratulations from so many people I didn't even knew before. So yeah, that is the reality. And you need to be, you need to be making yourself, that compliant that even if you are alone, it doesn't affect you. It's totally fine. Okay. And yeah, let's talk about some zero criteria programs and some next steps. So dedicate time even when you are rejected for it. That's my recommendation. You applied for DSC, you got rejected from it. If you were selected, what would you be doing? You would be participating in meetings, you would be doing events, you would be talking about open source technologies. So why are you not doing so? What is restricting you? Is Google having a trademark on open source technology that they are not going to let you talk about it, or Microsoft? No, they don't. You can still talk about it. But yes, you won't have a tag. That is fine. Once you start doing good work, you will automatically get that. Okay. So yeah, don't worry about it once you start, but start. Okay. Dedicate your time, even if you're rejected. Okay. When I got rejected from Intel Software Innovator Program, it was really a shock to me because I had the perfect profile. I thought again that even when I was rejected from DSA, I was like, I had the perfect profile. Okay, what more do you want? I do all the open source work. I am good at machine learning. I'm good at all these trending technologies. I know about everything. So why would you want to reject me? But I later realized that it's more like it's more like a criteria based. So you might not match in their criteria at sometimes, and sometimes you might match, or sometimes you might overfit in their bucket. So that is fine. Announce it. It's all ego game. So yeah, most of the times, even I didn't announce it when I got rejected in DSC, or I got rejected from Intel Software Innovator, because it's a ego game, right? That the people would what people would think of me, what people would go ahead and do, or draw conclusions about me. So announce it, tell them. So when I started the failure series, why there is a delay of episodes. Last week I didn't do an episode, but this week I was prompted to do it. Even though my schedules don't match, I was prompted. Why? Because I already announced it on LinkedIn. I did a bunch of things on my Instagram, and I actually took a poll and everything. And after that, I was like, if I don't do it, it will be just like Ali says a lot, Ali doesn't do a lot, and that comes directly to your ego. So it's your ego game. So just announce it that you failed at it, and you are willing, or you are open, to get mentors so that you can dedicate the same amount of time to anything, uh, anything else. Okay, so that can be done. Make mentors over internet. Very very important. See, I have mentors. I have like 2 to 300 mentors, you can say. Okay, and you will be like, how many mentor, how do you get so many of them? And they all have been at different phases of my life. Okay, I'm talking in total, and currently I have like 8 to 10 mentors who are all online. Okay, how do you make mentors online? You approach them on LinkedIn, you request for their time, and you ask them doubts. Okay, don't ask them generic doubts, don't ask them to refer you to a position. That is very sad. So just imagine, let's say you get a job at Google. Yeah, and from second day onwards, people who are unknown to you are sending you message saying that, hey, can you refer me for a position, can you refer me for a position? That's not how it is done. Okay, it's really really sad to see this, but imagine you being at that position. You would not want people to everyday message you just for the sake of referral. Okay, I really feel happy when I receive a message saying that, hey Ali, I need a help, and I am a student. I'm 17-year old. I'm 18-year old. I'm looking. I match with your vision, and I'm looking to do this. Would you like to help me? That makes me more happy than someone coming and telling me, hey Ali, can you refer me for Intel Student Ambassador program? Hey Ali, can you refer me for this program? Oh yes, I can. Okay, and I will if you are willing to go ahead and do that. But referrals usually work with people who you know, okay, personally. So make mentors, okay. They might definitely suggest you. I have suggested many people to join different programs. I have recommended them over internet, okay. And that is because I don't personally know them, but I have guided them enough that I feel that these guys can achieve, or this guy can get selected in XYZ programs, okay. And then next thing is, have you heard about GitHub? If you are not, then you should definitely go ahead and check it out. Learn to utilize it. There are bunch of projects, bunch of open source projects out there. Go there, learn to utilize it. Okay. My friend Harsh, I guess Harsh Kapadia, he has a very good tutorial on Git and GitHub and everything. You should definitely visit his GitHub repository and check it out. And he's really a good guy. So yeah, learn to utilize Git, because your Git skills are really going to help you out in near future, because you will understand the implementations which are there. If you can explore GitHub to its utter extent. Do you know how this so-called people with 100 or 300 certificates do everything? They use GitHub, okay. So go over GitHub and utilize it. And finally, some programs which you should be part of, which has zero criteria, okay. They don't ask you for a prerequisite, okay. They accept you as you are, okay. I am remarkable. You register, you get a training session, you are a facilitator of I am remarkable. MLS local host. You are not part of any community, not a problem. You are an individual entity. Yes, go to MLS local host, okay, and register for a program. You will get swags as well. You will get stickers. I've got multiple supports from these guys, and this is really really awesome. IEEE. It has money, so it has a membership of a year. But I will definitely recommend you buying it. It's just like $2,000, but it's really helpful. I have been part of IEEE for last 2 years, and it's really helpful for me because you're also, it is like a structure like a club or something, but you can exponentially grow alone if you understand the true benefit of IEEE. That's what I have done majorly. Okay, so I don't care about the environment which I'm into because I have paid for the membership and I will get most out of it. So IEEE is something which I definitely recommend you. Um, yeah, please go ahead and get it. GDGs, there are a bunch of GDGs available across all the cities in India. Most of the cities in India. Uh, Join their groups, participate, volunteer. It's free, no criteria, zero criteria. Developer circles, free by Facebook, zero criteria. Go ahead, join them. You don't start them, okay? Remember this. You join them. You first join them, you learn from that, and if you feel that it is you're required to start a new club in your locality or something, then go ahead and start it. Okay. Joining has zero criteria. Starting might have criteria, obviously. Meetup.com, it has bunch of free services, bunch of free events. Okay. Go ahead. I have been part of like 100 plus meetup groups, and my journey started with meetup. Okay, going to different meetups and from meetup.com and exploring options. Yes, Progate, like I'm really, you can say, a fanboy of Progate because I really like their platform, and I've been like using that for last 2 to 2.5 years. It's really good platform, and they have a paid plan, but it is like if you participate in one of their study jams or their programs, it's free. You can go to LinkedIn. You can refer to Yashraj, and he is the one who is leading this program, I guess. So you can definitely check his LinkedIn, and he definitely posts about free opportunities to be an ProGate ambassador, to be a ProGate intern, and it does require a zero criteria. It requires an open mindset. And the growth hack they use is really awesome, and I would definitely recommend it. Some of my friends like Aditya Kush, who are part of the internship at ProGate, and I have really heard good reviews from them. So I will definitely recommend this if you're looking for it. And I will make a detailed video about it soon, so don't worry. I will launch it maybe day after tomorrow or in this week about a video completely dedicated to this slide. But yeah, overview of this is here. Okay, this is the last video which I'm going to show you before I end this talk and end this session on failure stories getting rejected from pregnant. And this is the compilation from a lot of good cartoons which I've been watching. So yeah, it should definitely relate with you. So yeah, that video I really wanted to show you guys because many people think that if they didn't enroll into a program, their life is ruined, their future is ruined. No, it's not like that. Okay, it's totally fine to not get started from a program. They have an advantage over you, yes, but you can leverage you can have the same advantage with the people who are willing to mentor you, and I'm one of them. So yes, I'm happy to mentor people who are rejected from programs. Okay, and I'm available on my LinkedIn, on my social media handles. Every anytime you want some mentorship, reach out to me. I will be more than happy to help you out in that case. Okay? So thank you so much. We are on time, and let's go for Q and A's if there are any. So let's go in. Okay. So I have some questions. There's a question from Abdul Kamar Sheikh, and he says, please make a video on all this, how to enroll interest. I will make a video about it, maybe. Okay, I will definitely try to make one. Majorly focused on making a video about the zero criteria program. So, how to apply there, and because it is no criteria, so you don't need a criteria to enroll. So, yeah, anyone else would like to ask any question? Thank you, Parindam. I totally enjoyed it, and I enjoy. I hope you got something out of it, and that is my overall goal that you guys get something out of it because I have had experiences, and I really want you guys to take away from my experiences. Yes, any more questions? Thank you so much, Muhammad Amar. Um, yeah. Okay, so if there are no questions, are we having any more questions? Harsh has a question which says, "Do you think that these programs take away your individuality?" Yes. So my take on that is that yes, many times it happens that when I was part of a Google crowdsource, people didn't knew me because who I was. Okay. Initially, it was just like a memento that if it was like Google crowdsource was my identity. Okay, and it really felt bad at times because people would value anyone else who would be at that position because you were at that position. Okay, and I realized it very early, so that's why I did took some decisions, and I took some, kind of steps which enabled me to build myself and build my own thing, instead of just, being the part of or being associated with these companies. So yeah, it does take away your individuality, but many times it is you who decide, how you want to be known. Because do you want to be known every single time by these companies wherever you go, or do you want to be known by your own brand? And it is not easy to create your brand, right? You come tomorrow and you say that Ali Mustafa is a brand, so it doesn't make sense, right? Because it doesn't. I'm not a brand. But so how do you make yourself as an individual entity which can, have, say that okay, I'm something which is a product of my own deeds. So in that case, try to, uh, don't be too much, involved into it. Like when I say too much, I feel the branding part, where you are every time focusing on that branding. It is totally fine to use that for many times, but I would say that don't focus too much on it, because somewhere you will lose yourself in the process, and saying that you know you are just acting on their instructions. So yeah. Then there are other questions from Manav. I have no tech experience, but I really focus on marketing, and I have a decent amount of experience there. How do I get more into tech? What be the best way to start off? So in terms of technology, tech is something which you use every day. But if you want to understand how it works, and you really want to get started in tech, the basic approach would be to start with programming. And if you're good, you understand programming, you know how it works, how you are able to kind of impact your lives. How can you maybe create some tech item which can definitely impact others? It will give you a reason, to continue doing programming, continue being in tech. Okay, you do what you love, you do, right? Or like, why I do so many of sessions, why I conduct so many of webinars and uh, other sessions across India, because it's because I love doing it. And I started by understanding if it was for me or not. I tried it. I gave a session, I gave two sessions, I gave three sessions, and then I introspected that, is this the journey you want to take, or you want to be a core developer? Okay, you don't want to go outside, you want to be an introvert, and you want to just develop amazing systems. So that journey, just get into that. Try focusing on programming. ProGit is a very good platform to get started, and then you can go with 100 days of code, and then you can explore that field in that way. Communities really help you out, so join a local community near you. That will really help you out in terms of getting you the right resources. So yeah, and learn to Google well. If you want to be in tech, you need to learn to Google really well. So yeah, and that's some kickstarters. um, Prinda has a question: do this program bring any advantages if I'm focusing on my masters after PE? I guess so. The answer is no and yes. If you are, if you have weightage, so many universities would focus on a person who has a good experience with a community or has a good profile built up, and a Google name on your resume might definitely help you, in some cases, but not always. Okay, so yes, at some times they will definitely help you out, but majorly it depends on your individual profile. Okay, so what you do as an individual. Okay, so for example, I did 10 to 15 sessions on the name of other companies, and then I did you know like I have 50 plus sessions which I have done on my individual basis, where I'm the organizer, I am the speaker, I am everything. Okay, literally. So in that, on that note, I really think that that is also a good profile, not just Google profile. So yeah, that might also help you in many ways. So that would give you an advantage. Also, programming concept, ML, etc. language, do you think I should start off with? I feel if you were focusing on, you should start with software development, majorly about how software works, how system works. I won't recommend you directly starting with ML AI because of you don't have any technical background. I'll definitely tell you to how systems work, how data flows in the system, and everything else follows. Because if you are familiar with that, then you will be able to implement AI ML. Else, what I see in today's is people learn AI ML, then they are like they did want to Kaggle problems, and they think they are data scientists. No, it doesn't happen that way. So you need to know how to implement that, and they will be on a constant urge of finding that I just need to go to core ML. So in today's world, it is obvious that you need a package. So try to focus on the software development tools as of now. And once you are familiar with the development process, that okay, this is how the development process happens, then you can switch back to machine learning and AI and learn that, because it will be very easy to implement that then, because you know already the flow. And if you are looking for web development, it would be Node, JavaScript, the best recommendation. If you are moving towards, I would say Python on the other side. Python is really good, awesome, and Go language is also good. So that is what my personal recommendation is. Okay, so that is all, I guess. I guess we have been well inside the time. It is still, I guess, only 37 minutes something. Okay, that's good. If there are no questions, we'll end this. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Okay. Any more pointers? Okay. Thank you so much. I hope you took something out of the session and my experiences. I'll be back next week again with a new experience. And see you till then. Bye bye. Have a good Sunday.